What I want to do is start off. That's a good start. No, it's that button there, isn't it? I'm going to start off by just talking through the principles that have guided us in this reform. And I prefer not to speak from notes. I sort of use these things as visual guides. And I know that nature lovers will immediately spot that that's not actually a gibbon, but it's a better photo than any other gibbon I could find. And the case I'm thinking of is, of course, Gibbon and Manchester City Council, a 2010 decision of Lord Justice Moore-Bick. And what did he say in that case? He said that Part 36 is a self-contained procedural code. And that statement, which if you take up your annotated guide, and if you look at page 2, and to Rule 1, Paragraph 1, you'll see we've hardwired that principle now into Part 36, and we start with that statement. But that principle has really guided much of the work that we've done on Part 36. It means, of course, as you know, and this has not changed, that you can stack your offers. You can make as many as you like. Each can be inconsistent with the other, but that's not a problem. It means, of course, that you can reject somebody's offer only to accept it a little bit later, because the ordinary rules of offer and acceptance don't apply to Part 36. And that has not changed. The second thing that we've done is a bit of codification. If this thing is meant to be a self-contained procedural code, then it seemed logical to us that where there are decisions that helpfully guide the parties about Part 36, that within reason, rather than make you sort of rush off and look at the case law, we ought to put them into the code. I say within reason because otherwise you can see the obvious problem of taking that too far. But we had a bit more fun than pure codification. And I don't know who my audience for this will be in due course, but it's quite nice as a practicing barrister to be able to do something in the rules that, for example, overrules decisions of Lords Justice Ricks, Reimer, Stanley Burnton, Sheeman and Tuckey. So not all decisions found favour with the Rule Committee when we presented our proposals. There is a tension, though, as soon as you start codifying, between trying to achieve a complete code and making the thing digestible. It's a rhetorical issue. I don't invite you to shout out, having looked at my annotated guide, what you think of it. But within reason, it is useful to codify, particularly for litigants in person who might not be able to access easily the case law that's built up around Part 36. But, of course, if you take it too far, the thing becomes too unwieldy. If you did it with each part of the rules, all 87 parts of the rules, we really would be into several volumes of the White and the Green Book. So there is a tension there, and we do have to do it. We do have to tread lightly. We also have to remember that you would be a fool as a rule maker to think that you can always codify the whole thing. That's not something we even aim to do. Not just would it be too long, but it would be impossible. You can't predict every circumstance. Part 36 has, over the years, thrown up a huge amount of satellite litigation. I would be naive, and I don't think I am, if I thought that that would suddenly stop. Probably the reverse, actually. We've got a new set of rules. We better go and test whether or not those decisions under the 2007 version still hold good. So satellite litigation, I'm afraid, will inevitably arise around these new rules. My hope, as I say in the New Law Journal article, is simply that they're better than the last. And I don't try and claim a greater ambition than that. There's something we've done about structure that it's a fairly small matter, perhaps, but if you take up this guide and if you look at the front page of it, you'll see that for the first time ever, Part 36 is broken down into sub-chapters. That wasn't there before. We hope that that means that if you're looking for rules about the making of offers, you can neatly go into the thing and you'll find it there. Even when the previous rules did deal with making of offers, a little bit of the detail about it was hidden somewhere else. And again, we've rationalised it and pulled the right content together into the right places. It's also allowed us, I'll take an example, there are more discrete Part 36 rules about personal injury cases than any other type of work. Now, if you practice in that field, rather than sort of find them embodied throughout Part 36, how much better to know that they're in one neat place? And for the rest of the audience, if you never practice personal injury, there's 5 you won't need to look at the bottom of your first page.